Right, yes, people, we're back for episode 2 of Unplugged. I'm alongside Amy again, and we have another very special guest today, Sahis. How are we doing?
Good, yeah, big introduction.
Yeah, no, great to have you up here. Come from Bristol today, is that right?
Yes, yeah.
How long was that?
Not even that long, like an hour on the train, 45 minutes here, simples.
Very good. And yeah, so we're just going to have a conversation about like we'll begin with what kind of inspired you to start DJing and where your beginnings came from to your production now. Like, what inspired you to get into music and DJing?
I think my mate got like little Newmark controller, and we were DJing house parties.
How old were you then?
Must have been like, how old are you in year 9? Year 9, year 10. 14, yeah, 14.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really young. Was anyone else DJing at that point? Or like into music?
Yeah. I mean, I think like the school I went to, there was always a lot of producers and rappers and stuff like that in Bristol.
Yeah, there's a big scene for it.
Yeah. So we were always DJing like house and stuff, house parties, proper like boot and jack in house and stuff like that, which was sick back in the day. And then it just progressed from there, really. We got our own radio show, like an online radio station, kind of, what's it called, Passion FM. Wow. And then we got on SWU, actually. Yeah. We actually had a test period of like a month to see if Bristol needed a new FM radio station.
Sick.
Yeah, and then...
When did SWU start?
So SWU actually had been a thing for like way longer than 2016 when it started. Yeah. I didn't even realise. I found the website on Wayback Machine, which is used for like looking at old websites that aren't online anymore. Yeah. And it's like 2005 or 6 or something. Like, because I was speaking to Ollie, one of the main guys at SWU, who now works at Rinse. Yeah. And like, I showed it to him, and he's like, "Where have you found this? How have you got this?" Like, because the website's terrible. Like, it looks proper old. Like, yeah. But yeah.
I didn't even know those websites existed where you could like check out.
Yeah. It's useful for like if you want to see like Grime Forum, Rewind Forum, all the old like or Dubstep Forum, all the old history stuff is really. It's all catched on there, so if you want to see it, you can. That's
crazy. Yeah. Well, so just the sites, the servers are like gone now?
The servers are gone. They're not online, but I think I don't know how it works, but like I think like bots or whatever download the whole web page and just save them, basically.
That's crazy.
And when you were learning to produce, how did you know someone that could produce, that taught you, or were you watching
Not really.
YouTube
It was all kind of self-taught until I went to DBS Music College.
In Bristol?
Yeah. 2016 or 2017.
Some big producers, big DJs like yourself.
Yeah. There's a lot of producers in Bristol. I don't know why that is. Like, people try and like talk about the Bristol sound and stuff like that, but it's not really a thing when you're in Bristol.
Yeah. Because it's just the norm.
It's just the norm. Yeah. Like, there's always been loads of producers. Not a lot of MCs. There's some, but like, it's always been quite a like DJ
Have
producer.
You ever dabbled with MCing?
No. Well, yeah, actually.
Have
but
you?
Yeah. That's how I got my name, actually.
Really?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Go on, let's hear the story. How was Sahis?
Well, so this was like must have been like 2014. No, maybe even before then. And like I think I've tried to explain this in interviews before, but it's come across wrong. I wasn't a snake per se, but like I was always like borrowing fags and not paying people back. Yeah. Like, get me a pint, all that kind of stuff. So they were like, "You're kind of a snake."
You were just saving your money.
Yeah, I was just saving. I was just come on, I was hustling. But like they were like, "You're kind of a snake. You should be named after a famous snake." And we looked up famous snakes, and it was Sahis was one of them. So yeah, from Disney. Yeah,
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
So you're not a Robin Hood fan.
I mean, I've got big now because it's the name I've taken. I got a big Robin Hood poster in my studio, like stuff like that. But like, I was never like, I didn't pick the name. I wasn't like, I love Robin Hood.
Yeah. God, that's crazy.
It's like a hypnotizing snake, isn't it?
Yeah. He's I don't know, matey boy.
Yeah. I can see him in my head now. And so, what, you got a studio in Bristol as well, do you? So
it's a home studio, but like I've been adding to it, getting more analog gear, trying to take myself outside the box as much as I can, because it's quite fun and it makes better sound and stuff, I find.
So you're motivated by hardware, are you, when you're
not fully, but like I try and I've never been that good at clicking stuff in. Yeah, like I do like to, like, whether it's like drum pads or just a piano, that kind of thing, I find it easier. It translates better basically than just clicking stuff in. But I know a lot of people that just click stuff in and they smash it. So I mean,
Because who else has come out from DBS as well? Like, isn't High Five Ghost and Boofy?
Yeah, High Five Ghost. I think he's a lecturer there now or something. I think Boofy as well.
That's right. He's a lecturer there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And what would you be doing if you weren't a DJ? Like, if you weren't a producer DJ? Like, if you...
Can I still be involved in music or just not at all?
Let's go one in music, one without.
If I wasn't a DJ or producer, I'd like to be a sound designer.
Sick.
For games, like either making Foley or like making soundtracks.
Yeah.
Because I've always liked games and music, kind of one and the same.
But you can tell that in your production. Actually, some of the samples.
Half of the samples are from games. Like, but if it wasn't to do with music at all, I actually have no idea. I got no clue. I've never really thought about it that much because it's kind of the music's the only thing I've really been okay at.
So from day one through school, you just knew that's exactly what you wanted to do.
I think maybe from like year 9, I was like, this could be something. I didn't think of it as like a career option, but I was like, I like this and I'm okay at it.
And are your family musical?
Yeah, I think that's probably why. Like, yeah, my little brother's like shredding on the piano. My dad does guitar.
No way.
My mum sings. Like, it's kind of it's always been a part of my life, I guess. I've never really thought of it that way, but I guess
was it like
makes
a
sense.
Natural progression into music, or was it more like you?
To be fair, I was in a even in primary school, I was in a band and stuff.
Oh my god, what was your band called?
The Scarecrows.
No way.
we had t-shirts and all in like year 6. It was sick. I was the lead guitarist. I wish I could still play it, but
So you can't play any instruments?
Not anymore. I used to do piano, then I did guitar, but this was years ago.
You must be able to pick it back up.
Yeah.
Surely.
I don't have time. I wish I could.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of like having that from your early beginnings helps with your production and everything now.
Yeah, I think so. I think I've always been able to like understand how musical scales and stuff work better than I guess someone that hasn't had a background in that. Just even though I don't know how to play the piano or the guitar anymore, I can hear it maybe. Yeah. I found that early in my productions, that was something that helped me out. Yeah,
because obviously your production's massively come on since the beginning. Obviously you started off with kind of the Teflon gunshot sounds, and then now it's kind of mixing into electro-y.
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of feels like a natural progression, but like I definitely have like I started out doing like almost exclusively refixes. I think with my first productions, so I did like I think the first like tune I had that had some sort of success was like my refix of the Grove Street, what's it called, San Andreas, the
GTA one.
GTA San Andreas theme, and that did really well in terms of getting DJ support. So like on I can't remember who was playing it, but that was on Radar and Rinse. A lot of MCs were getting good clips over that, and then.
So did you get bookings off of that? Or
not off of that. I think it was later on. I got bookings. I think Dan Uzi Vert was the main one that started getting me bookings. Yeah, that was massive.
Didn't you sell like 500 copies in like half an hour?
Yeah, we saw. So for the first 500, we did 500 in half an hour, and then I think we did another 500 press, and I think that was even less than half an hour.
Were you just like, what is going on?
I didn't really it didn't feel real to me at the time because it's like I wasn't the one selling them; it was the label, and like I was still just doing the same thing. Like it didn't really.
Of course, I've never thought of it like that.
But then all the bookings started coming in, and like I got put on Earth Agency, which I'm still with now, and I was like, okay, this is definitely doing a lot for my career.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the moment you realised you could pursue the music.
I'd say so. But yeah, and then from there it was just like bookings, and then kind of up to then. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked now.
No. It's all interesting, mate. It's crazy.
And then COVID, and then it's kind of paused, obviously.
Yeah.
And when did you start No More Mailouts?
So that was in 2018. I'd started that just because I was making a lot of music that I felt was good enough to put out, but
wasn't getting picked up.
It wasn't getting picked up. Yeah. So I was like, I'm just gonna. And hence the name, No More Mailouts. But it was meant to be tongue in cheek because obviously it's always had a mailing list. There's always been a mailing list on No More Mailouts, which is dumb in itself. But it was just like I want a space where I can.
So did you have it before Danny Uzi Vert?
I think I started it because Danny Uzi Vert. Danny Uzi Vert was before then.
Okay.
Danny Uzi Vert was made in 2016, I think.
Do you think it kind of allowed you to have more freedom of what you were producing because you were like, I know that I'm going to be able to have it on my label?
I think it made me, I think it did, but it also made me, because it was my label and I was quite inexperienced, it made me also not do the best ideas in terms of releasing stuff, and also like for example, I bought some t-shirts. Like I was like, I can sell 500 vinyl. Why can't I sell 100 t-shirts?
Yeah.
And it turns out selling t-shirts is a lot harder than selling vinyl. People want the music, but t-shirts are like, all right, like I should have got 20 or whatever, but 100, yeah. But yeah.
We're about to find out you've got some new t-shirts coming out soon.
Buy the tees. Don't make the same mistake I did. I hope you haven't got 100.
No, we haven't. It's a limited release.
Nice.
And then back on the sample side of things, that's really interesting because I know Ghoulish, loads of producers using these like game sounds or old school samples. Like, where are you finding them outside of games and stuff?
To be fair, so I've actually, as my production's more taken on influences from like electro and techno.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because of that or just because I've kind of stopped doing it. I don't sample nearly as much. Like I don't really back then. So what I used to do is there was a website called Radio with loads of O's.com, which you could select a decade, click on a country, it would give you a random song, which was fucking amazing. For getting samples, that was really good. I also I had a secondary YouTube channel which I subscribed. So there's these, I'm not going to be able to remember any of the names of them. There's like specific YouTube channels, right, where they just upload from a certain area. It's like fans of like, there's like, for example, there's one that does Italian soundtracks for films from like the 60s to the 80s.
Right.
Or there's some that do like Turkish arabesque music exclusively. I just subscribe to them, only those kind of things. So I could just open that YouTube account, go on the subscriptions, scan through everything that's happened in the last like, been uploaded in the last month, and then just see which I like. But that's a great tip, to be fair, because I guess sometimes it's really hard if you're like trying to scroll through sounds for inspiration, whereas if you just go on that, it was really good, but it was so time consuming to go through. Like I wish I'd show the screenshot on it or whatever, but like I sent people screenshots of like the Chrome tabs of like the amount of YouTube, like you can't even see it, like the tabs on the top, the amount of links, and I'm just scrolling through like, oh shit, oh this is alright, but I can't really work with it. Shit. I know that feeling of all those tabs. Yeah. And then Sample Sunday as well was something you used to do in the socials. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, but like I've stopped doing it because it was so time consuming for like not a lot of reward. It was when I was like, I still kind of don't really know what I'm doing social media wise. I don't have like, it was when TikTok was sort of blowing up. I was like, I need some sort of content that like producers can watch, but like people that don't produce can see it and see how the process is. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun to make, but it was so fucking time consuming. Like, and I it got to the point where I was like, I'd rather just make music and release it than because it was like half of it, as you guys know, you do video and that. Like the video stuff is so much more time consuming, and I never liked making the videos. I always liked the result of people liking them, commenting them, interacting, but it's such a bore like to do all the videos.
Are you the creative director for it as well? Yeah. Like the video that you did when you were promoting your US tour and you were like a cowboy.
Yeah, that was another.
Joke.
No, that was actually. I tied. That was actually for a release. I tied it into the US tour because it was just perfectly timed that I was doing a cowboy themed EP and going to America the first time. So that was just like perfect crossover to make a little bit of content. Yeah, because you toured US as well. So how was that? Was that? I've done it quite a few times. It's good, but it's not what I expected. I think the scenes are quite, because this was when I was doing dubstep still, majority, and I think from before COVID to after COVID, dubstep changed sonically for me at least quite a bit. Like I still really liked the kind of more melodic, White Peach kind of White Peach, Komodo stuff, like all of that kind of like obviously they're still doing their thing, White Peach and Komodo, but like I think it in terms of the audience, they were more wanted just more like subby, heavier rollers, like big, like kind of epic reverby stuff, which I never really liked playing, and I think that's so I always felt a bit out of place, like, but it's good. It was definitely been some experiences. Like I wouldn't change it for it. I'm so grateful, and obviously big up all the American fans because it's been sick. But like I think I'm gonna have a break from going out there and kind of because what's the if you were to compare the difference between US crowds and UK crowds, like what's the difference? Who's going the hardest? 100% England. Like not even like I don't know what it is. I think like sometimes I'd have people come up to me after the show after it being like people are there boffing, but it's not. No one's going mad.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
In some places they are, but like people come up to me after the set like, "Yo, bro, that was the best set I've ever seen, man." And like, but I'm like, "Are you sure?" It wasn't. No one was vibing that much to my eyes, but I guess maybe that's just how they are.
What are you playing over there? Like grime?
I was playing a lot of grime.
Do they have a grime scene over there?
Yeah, sort of.
Or they like appreciate what you're
some of
bringing
the.
over?
I think the places I were playing is much more. It's not really like the bro steppy crowd. It's still they have an appreciation for UK music, and garage is getting quite big over there now. They're really liking the garage sound.
Yeah,
but yeah, in terms of crowd, England's definitely the waviest. Canada though, actually, I feel like Canada's quite similar to England in terms
where,
of
like Toronto, Montreal.
No, I've never been. I was in where the hell was it?
Quebec or somewhere.
I can't remember. It was flipping cold. That's all I know.
A lot of Canada is cold.
That's annoying. But yeah, Canada go hard. I think it's just because maybe there's slightly more of a UK influence in Canada. Maybe that's what my perception of it is. Yeah.
Because like, there's still producers like Hamdi's obviously gone over there and done absolute madness, mate. It's crazy seeing his rise.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously come from kind of similar genres to you.
Yeah.
140, dubstep. And I've seen like now when he's in the US, he's playing these huge, big, heavy...
mental shows. Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy to see what he's done.
I was out there with him in October, which was the last tour I did. And he was telling me he's not going to have a break till February from touring. This was in October. And I was like, are you joking me? And he's like, I'm finishing this US tour, going to New Zealand, going to Asia, and I was like, fucking hell. Jeez. Like, fair play, like, but like that is mental. Like,
so what's life on the road like for you? Are you able to do like the back-to-back shows all the time? Or?
Yeah, I can. I've got more used to it, I feel. The last one I did 6 shows in 10 days, which is like just like kind of the max, but I think he was doing 10 in 11 days, which I don't think I could do. But some of the travel situations, because of the size of the country, are just like diabolical. For example, I was playing in Vegas.
Vegas, that was mad.
Which was sick. 4 till 4:45 in the morning, and then I'm playing at a festival in Philadelphia, which is complete other side of the country. So I have to get up. My flight was at 7 a.m. So I go back to my hotel.
Oh my god!
Get my stuff straight. No, actually, I brought my suitcase to the club. And I had to walk out the club with my suitcase out the front.
People don't know that. Like people just think, oh yeah, the DJs are playing here, they're playing there. It's like behind the scenes, like it must be tiring.
It's fucking tiring. Yeah, it's good, but it's proper tiring. But yeah, like.
Because what do you do? Do you sleep? I guess you don't sleep before, do you? I guess you kind of just. You're out
to be fair, I think I got to Vegas and I slept from like 10 till 3 and then got up, did the show.
Yeah.
Disco nap.
Yeah, you got to do it like any chance you can get, and then in those kind of situations, you need to kip, basically.
Do you think you've got better at just like sleeping anywhere?
No, I still can't sleep on planes at all, which is not ideal in that kind of situation. I can't do it. I've got like they called the melatonin sleep tablets. They still don't work. It's not even the getting them around America's okay because you're on the same time zone, but it's the coming back to England is the main issue. Because when you're going to America, for example, I'll leave at 3, get to America, and it'll be like 5 p.m. So it feels like, I mean, obviously I've been traveling for 8 to 10 hours, but it's still the afternoon to me. But when you get back to England, your flight, I'll leave at like 8 p.m. I'll get back and it'll be 11 a.m. And then I've got to get the coach back from Heathrow to Bristol. And that's when it gets really diabolical and you need to sleep on the plane, but I can't do it. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a life on the road, I think, is definitely underappreciated. People just see the sets and they don't know what goes in behind it. So I remember Sophia was saying she can't sleep. It's our last guest.
Yeah.
Girls Don't Sing. She was saying she literally cannot sleep anywhere either, and it's like, you get to a gig sometimes and it's just like, oh my god, I've just got to got to keep the whole crowd energetic.
Do you drink when you play?
Sometimes. I've tried, to be honest, I was really good in October because I knew how much travelling I needed to do. I think I only got drunk at one show. Like, just get the Redbulls on the rider is pretty essential.
Redbulls on the rider always.
Yeah. Really, really necessary.
What else is on the rider?
For my US one, when I first went over there, I made a really stupid rider. I did, like 40 ounces like that, like
No, I don't.
like Eazy-E would drink. They're like big malt liquor beer bottles.
Right.
Huge.
I want, huge, massive ones. I got one of them, tasted it. It was horrible. I was like, I can't take that off. But I think I just get some sort of vodka.
What about like American sweets or candy?
Nah, I should do that actually, because I end up buying a big surplus to bring home.
Yeah.
So I never run out, but I've never thought to do that. But it's just vodka and apple juice. But one thing
Apple
they can't,
juice?
Vodka and apple juice, banging combo.
Really?
Yeah. But the thing in America, it's really hard to get actual nice apple juice, like just like a bottle of Capella from here. It's like,
It's probably just got so much sugar in it.
yeah. It's like, I know it's
see,
such a bougie thing to complain about. I can't get nice apple juice.
No, I 100% hear that. Like, even sometimes, even here, and you have like an apple juice, it's like so sweet.
Yeah.
There's nothing
like,
worse. You want
I
some
just want
fresh,
a nice little pressed,
yeah.
fresh apple juice. Is that too much to ask?
So you were saying that obviously the grime scene is kind of a bit in America it kind of exists, but obviously in England it's kind of phased. Would you say grime is dead, or?
I wouldn't say it's dead. There's still people doing their thing. It's definitely still alive. I just think it's with everything goes in waves.
Yeah.
Like grime was really popular. Like it's less popular, but it's not dead.
No, 100%.
Still people are still working on it. Working really hard. There's still good events on. Not as much as there were, but it's still there. The one thing I do miss though is the amount of the sheer amount. There's still instrumental releases, but like back in,
true.
You could open SoundCloud and just 100 new releases of grime instrumentals. There was so much life in it, which I'm waiting. I think 2024 is going to be the year that it comes back to its former glory.
Grime's going to be back.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah,
because I like even these days, like the people DJs will play like instrumentals and it's like without the vocals. It's just like.
Yeah, I mean, I find myself playing a lot of. There's still people's definitely. I don't want to say that there's not anyone working away. There's people grinding, making a lot of sick instrumentals, and obviously sick vocals. But I do find myself playing a lot more older grime instrumentals from like back like 2016 to 2018 time. I think
because it's cleaner.
Not because it's cleaner, just because there's more of them. There's just way more instrumentals made than I find.
Who's if there's one producer that you had to be like. Is it iconic for you in grime? That's
from that era, or just in general?
From that era, yeah. Or even general.
Okay. I'll give you two answers because I'll give you. I would say Sir Pix-a-Lot or Lemsley-Dale for that era.
Lemsley-Dale was unreal.
Or in general, that's going to be a hard one. I'd probably say Footsie or Wafer. I feel like Wafer from Sludem is like the epitome of grime. In every production, it's like. Yeah, if you put a wafer instrumental on, this is grime, 100%, down to a T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also MCs as well, you've worked with M's quite a bit, haven't you?
Yeah.
M's is a sick MC.
Yeah, man, he's sick. He's got a project coming soon.
Ciao.
Plug that.
Plug that. So have you got anything coming out? Is that with you coming out soon?
It's his project. He's working away on that. I've got one thing on there, but maybe I shouldn't even be talking about it. When is this going on?
It'll be out later, mate.
Okay.
Because you've also worked with I've seen you done some beats for Jamie and Frisco.
Yes, I did a collaborative project with Manga.
Yeah.
Which was sick. Which was really,
How did that come about?
I can't remember, to be honest. But I was always making a lot of kind of esky beat style grime instrumentals, and I don't know how we got in contact, but he was like, "Do you want to do an album?" I was like, "Yeah, sick." Obviously, I'm going to say no.
Must be gas.
yeah. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I've just got Jamie Frisco. Who else were the features? You got Breeze."
Jeez.
I can't remember. And I'm working on an album as well, actually. And he's going to be. I've unearthed a tune that we did in 2021.
Who's this?
Manga. Yeah. But that's going to go on my album as well, which is I'm so fucking glad I found it. Because I messaged him, I was like, Manga, you wanna do a tune for my album? And he's like, I thought I did. I was like, what? And then I thought it was something else, and then he was like, no, I definitely did. And then I found this tune that I just completely forgot about for 3 years now, and it's like a perfect fit sonically for the album, which is
So in Bristol, is it more of a grime scene, dubstep scene, or both, kind of fluid? Or
I think it's more. I mean, I guess there's always so much crossover, which is why people call it just the 140 scene.
140, yeah.
Which I think I used to say as well, but I'm trying to phase out saying 140 because I feel like it's
They are in their own right separate.
Yeah, and I feel like 140 is just becoming more of a blanket term to just talk about dubstep, which obviously doesn't make any sense because the amount of genres that can be in that space, it's massive. But yeah, it's definitely, I would say it's more dubstep, but like people still fuck with the grime a lot in Bristol.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So nowadays, obviously, you're doing more like, well, you're obviously still doing the grime stuff, but you're into electro-y, techno-y sounds. You had the EC2A Dubplate a couple of years ago that came out. That was like a big jump.
That was like, I think probably the first. It was more housey. It was like a housey garage tune that I don't know why I was making it, but I was like, this was when garage was like super popping. I was like, I need to start making some garage.
Yeah. Like, that was one of Dr. Dubplate's like first. It was like early Dubplate, wasn't it?
I can't remember exactly how many he'd done before that in terms of the free download series. But like,
it was part of the free download?
Yeah, it was one of the free download because I was meant to do some more garage tunes to go on the Dubplate series, which I never ended up doing because during COVID I was pretty sporadic with my production.
I think we all were in COVID.
Yeah, it was either you were really productive or you kind of did fuck all, which is what I did.
Yeah,
but that was really well received, and then I didn't make any more garage after that.
Oh, definitely think you should. Like, that tune is an absolute banger. Banger. And so, like, Bristol compared to London, you obviously you've not gigged. Well, did you gig much in London or mainly Bristol?
Mainly not London. I've been here a couple of times, but it's mainly been Leeds, Bristol, and Sheffield. I think I've done them, and Manchester.
And which city goes the hardest?
Probably Leeds, to be honest.
Leeds? I thought you were going to say Bristol. You're from Bristol.
Nah, Bristol, we're quite chilled out in Bristol, I think.
You think?
Like, yeah. Yeah, I'm not like this in Bristol, mate. Fuck everyone else. No, I'm joking. But, yeah, Leeds goes pretty hard, I'm not going to lie.
What venues have you done in Leeds?
Beaverworks, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Or Hopeworks. They're all fucking up north, so they've got loads of metalworks kind of that have turned into clubs. But Beaverworks is definitely one of them. Yeah. But yeah, they go. I think it's just because, like, I mean, Leeds is just mental because there's like, Hyde Park. It's just an area full of students. It's just mental. Like, so obviously, you finish from the club, you can go back to afters.
And it's a huge house.
Afters, and then next doors having afters at the same time. It's fucking mental.
Carnage.
Oh, yeah, it is
absolute carnage. It's not even like a Friday, Saturday night thing. It's like Monday to Sunday job. It's just. Yeah, Hyde Park Leeds is a bit of a got to love Leeds though. And then obviously you've done a Keep Hush set, two Keep Hush sets.
Yeah.
One with Lucy.
Yeah.
And one on your own, was it? Or with
I did three actually. So I did one. The first one with Lucy. Second one was with Ems and Logan.
Logan another.
And then the most recent one was Ems again for Pineapple. I think in 2021. But yeah, Keep Hush smashing it, man.
Keep Hush, because they've been around like a couple of years now, but your first set was pretty early.
Yeah, I've done four for Keep Hush because the first one was really early on actually. Not I think maybe into their first year. I can't remember exactly how long, but like that was in London actually, with Ems and back to back with Gundam.
Oh yeah. Because what was it like seeing Keep Hush? Like, what was it like the process dealing with them in early days? Because they're about massive now.
I mean, it was pretty like it was just like Instagram. They were like, "Do you want to come?" Or it was either people doing the parties. Like the one with Lucy was Nefertiti Presents or something.
Oh yeah.
So he reached out to me. I think I can't remember. This is a while ago now. Or if it wasn't, it was just them reaching out and being like, "Do you want to do this?" And we're like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Because did you do a lot radio as well recently?
Yes,
that was sick.
Yeah, thank you. That was a lot of fun. That was like I think the last stop on the most recent tour. Played in New York, and then that was so I may as well do the lot. Like,
how did you get on there? Sorry,
it's just I think that was they just got like a submission form on Google Docs or something. Like, but I think it helps if like you know people that have been on there before because I was speaking to Old Boy who was like I was like, how'd you get on there, mate? He was like, oh, I got someone from New York or somewhere to put in a word for me. I was like, all right, and then he was like. I mean, he might have sent me the submission link as well. I can't remember, but yeah, it's
sick to see all these like UK producers and DJs going on the lot because like before it was always like other artists in the States and whatnot. Now you're seeing more like the Garage 140 and stuff. It's all
it's cool, man.
It's sick to see. And obviously we were saying that the your genres now are still has progressed a lot. Where do you think you kind of see yourself going in the future? Or obviously you're saying grime maybe back in 2024. Like.
I think I'm always going to stick doing grime, but like the stuff I'm producing for my album is mostly electro with a hint of techno, but obviously still with a lot of grime influences. And I think that's where I'm probably going to stay at if it goes well.
Yeah. I'm sure it will. I mean, in that Lot Radio set as well, like the genres you're playing, it's like going from it ranges so much.
Yeah,
it's so fresh to hear like different sounds.
I mean, I was heavily influenced by like the grime and techno emergence that like Nefertiti, Dubplate, MJK, and all of them lot are doing. But I was like, I've always liked electro, but I've never really produced it that much. And I was like, they both fit really, like grime and electro fit really nicely together.
Yeah.
And so I was like, why don't I try making stuff like that and just DJing it more. Like, together, because it works really well, I find. And it sounds fucking sick mixing them. Actually, it's really hard though with some of the grime drum patterns. But
what do you prefer producing?
I don't know, it depends. I like producing. I find producing grime the easiest because I've been doing it for 8 years now. No, maybe fucking like 10 years now. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, it sounds terrible to say that.
The realisation.
But like, I think making techno, I made my first techno tune like maybe 6 months ago. It's a lot harder, but it's a lot more
unreleased or released.
Yeah, I don't think none of them are released yet, but that was the first one I made. And then I seen a clip of fucking Ben UFO playing it at Deckman, and I was like,
no
that's like sick. Yeah.
No way. So you just sent out the dub?
Yeah. And then
that guy, man, I'd say, he mixes genres that are like I've never even heard of into his sets.
Yeah. I think like there's actually because I wasn't really knowledgeable about techno or like electro really. I was a fan from the outside, but I didn't know enough about it. And the more and more I've like tried to engross myself in it, but obviously techno is like fucking, the more you dig in, the more there is to find out. But there's a lot more people actually merging it than I realized before, which is cool to see, because I just didn't know about it at all.
Because I've made Ben UFO playing the track, that'd be
I was like, oh, that's quite nice. That's a good pat on the back for me. I feel quite good about that.
Was it on Boiler Room or was it
weirdly, like one of my mates that I used to work with was there and just took a video, didn't tag me, and I was like, that's my fucking tune. On their story, I was like, that's my tune.
My God.
And I was like,
did your friend know it was yours?
No, he didn't.
Right.
And I was like, can you send me that video? And he was like, yeah, is that fucking you? He was like, and then another mate of mine who was also there, I posted that video, and he was like, oh, were you there? And I was like, no, that's my tune. He was like, oh, what? I was right next to the person filming. I was like, what?
God.
That is mad. I bet there's like no better feeling being a producer and like seeing other producers.
Yeah. It is like anytime you get anyone playing your tune, it's just like it makes you feel fucking great.
Yeah, that is mad. That's why you do it, I guess. Really.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's kind of like I do it for myself, but like that's definitely a little plus. Kind of like having seen people spin tunes.
Who's like a producer that you really look up to?
Spyro.
Oh yeah.
Spyro.
Soundless.
I think like this, it's a real art and skill to make tunes with the least amount of elements, but the kind of the emphasis and how much they hit is. It's really hard. Like he'll have a tune with like maybe 5 elements.
Yeah.
And like the mix and the master's so crisp. It doesn't sound empty. It sounds perfectly spaced. Like the tunes just sound fucking great with so little elements, which is really fucking hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got some quick fire questions. Maybe we'll move on to. I mean, answer them how you want. But I'll start off with. So we've obviously talked a lot about your favourite tunes, but at the minute when you're gigging, what is one track every DJ should have on their USB?
Ooh.
Or you had up on your USB?
I know these might be quick fire, but then you got me.
No, take your time. Take your time.
I think the I don't know if it's pronounced Invite, but the Invite and Logan tunes.
Yeah.
They are fucking bangers, and they go off every time without fail.
Yeah, like. Logan's sick. Logan is so sick.
Yeah.
Because you work with Logan as well, haven't you? Yeah.
Upcoming.
There's a lot of stuff in the works.
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff in the works. Yeah.
And what is your dream back-to-back? And where would you do it? Who would be your dream back to back?
I gotta say Nefertiti. Like
Nefertiti.
I think he's every DJ's favorite DJ at the moment. He's fucking. Although I'm kind of worried though, because if I did go back to back with him, I feel like he'd just spin me out of my socks.
You probably need about 8 decks between 8 fucking
octopus hands and all. Yeah, I don't know where though. Like maybe MOT. I've never played MOT, and I'd like to. Like I've always heard good things about it. Like
definitely. We've got an venue MOT coming soon.
Plug it.
Plug the vent, plug it. And what is your go-to closing track at the minute that you do?
I don't really have closers. Like actually, I got way more openers than closers. I think I should get some closers, but I'll switch it to openers because.
Go on.
There's a track by Sorrow called like 2012 or something. It's like an ambient track for maybe 120 BPM, but pitched up to 140. It sounds fucking incredible, and it like kind of resets the vibe. If anyone's playing really hard tunes before you, like if you follow like a fucking DNB DJ and you're playing 140, you're like, what the fuck am I gonna do? But for those kind of tunes, I found it really helpful for
starting. I think it's really nice to play ambient tracks when you start, because it's kind of like, right, I'm about to take you on another journey.
100%.
Have you had any moments where you've finished a set, where someone's finished a set and you're jumping on and you're like, holy shit, what am I? How am I going to play? I'll follow that. Like, with the tune they're playing or BPMs and whatnot.
Yeah, a lot of times it's mostly like D&B DJs.
Really?
Yeah,
they just don't care at the end.
Well, like if you're playing, like I remember I was playing somewhere on New Year's Eve. Not the most recent one, the one before, and it was like jump up, and I was like, and I was doing the countdown set, and I was like, how the fuck am I going to follow this?
Do you play drums or is it just jungle? Do you play jungle?
I've played jungle. I don't play it that much.
The top jungle. Really.
Yeah. That was one I did a while ago. But yeah, I don't play it that much. I've got jungle tunes on my USB, but I don't really get booked for jungle unless it's like it's jungle special kind of thing.
Yeah. Maybe coming soon.
Yeah.
And what is the first festival you went to that you can remember being like?
Remember it being like, this is sick. I think there's probably I think probably my first one was WOMAD, but like I was like maybe like 12 or 13, so I wasn't.
First one was WOMAD.
Yeah, but that wasn't that sick. But Shambhala was definitely like a.
Shambhala, yeah. I've heard good things.
Yeah, it's I think it's like a tradition for a lot of people in Bristol to go. So I used to go like every year. And that was like fucking wavy.
Really?
yeah, it was really good. It's a small festival, like up in Kettering or somewhere, but like
where's that?
Kettering, up in Northamptonshire. Somewhere. I don't know.
Have you been? I'm assuming you've been to NAS, right? Cause that's
I played at NAS. I think once or twice, which is cool. I think it's more that crowd's more like jump off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Shambhala is one of the like first ones I went to, and I was like, yeah, this is fucking sick.
Would you say that's your favourite festival?
I've not been there for years, to be honest. I haven't been to any festival for time.
Just really?
Yeah. I had a nightmare with I had a Glastonbury guest list, and then I had COVID, so I couldn't go because I was so fucking ill, and I was like, oh no. And I've never been to Glastonbury, and I really wanted to go, and then.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So who sorted you out on the guest list?
I think it was either Ems or Sam Binga.
And they were playing?
Yeah.
Because of course, you're doing a lot with Sam Binga at the minute, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's on Pineapple Records.
So that's, I can probably say this. He said, talk about the album if you want. So that's where I'm going to be putting my first solo album. It's going to be on Pineapple Records. Because I think
first solo album?
Yeah.
All this time it's just been EPs or? Yeah,
EPs. The other one was like collaborative with Manga. Yeah, I've never done an album, and I feel like I'm now at the point where I can do an album. I know what I'm doing musically to a point. Yeah. I feel like I've got enough knowledge about what I want to do to make an album. Yeah. And kind of make it's not going to be like a super serious statement, but it's going to be like a collection of tunes that I like. I guess.
more like the Pineapple Records sound. Is it that or more?
So it's kind of my. I think the Pineapple Records sound and my sound have got a lot of crossovers anyway. Yeah. I think the Pineapple Records sound's just like quite eclectic in terms of just clubby, fun music, basically. Yeah. And I think it makes sense for it to be on Pineapple because I was on tour in America with Binga and Addison Groove in March. And that tour was the first one I'd been out there not playing dubstep, and that tour was really like, oh shit, I really like playing other stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, sick. It makes sense to work with them, because that kind of made me start thinking about doing techno and electro. That tour from then on, I was like, maybe I want to do this.
Yeah, this a bit. Because Nicky Naird's also a producer that he's involved with partner with.
Yeah. He's done a couple of releases on Pineapple, I think. Or maybe it's just...
Yeah. No, it's sick to see. What is the favourite set you've ever seen? Your favourite set you've ever seen? Any moment where it's just been goosebumps?
For the last year, because that's the one I can remember, the Batu all night at Strange Brew.
Batu, he's Bristol as well, isn't he?
Yeah. That was such a good set. Like, I was just like, because I went on my own for most of the night. I was just stood by the speaker, just fucking like just taking it in. Yeah. It was fucking sick.
Yeah. Are you wearing ear protection when you're?
Yes, but I've only recently started to wear them. I mean, I would get the like shitty ones from behind the bar, but I got molded ones through that.
Through the musicians
union.
ACS ones.
Yeah. Which
is sick.
Fucking, I should have protect your ears.
Did it feel really weird when you got the mold?
Yeah. But I mean, it was okay. But it's like a small price to pay for like the most important instrument. What people say, like kind of thing.
Because if you work in music, I've got a pair through the music thing. You literally can get them for like 50 quid, is it?
Yeah.
So decent.
So worth it. I don't know why I hadn't done it. I was just being fucking lazy, I think. To be fair, actually, I got loads of Specsavers used to do really good free earplugs. And
really?
Like proper, not like, you know, the foam ones.
Yeah.
It was like proper, sort of more, I don't know, better ones.
More like an earphone.
Yeah. Like an old earphone kind of like gummy thing.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
And what's your favourite club to go to or to play at? You've played.
I don't know. That's quite a hard one. I think in Bristol some of the coolest nights happen at Strange Brew.
Okay. I've not actually heard of that.
Yeah, there's like a lot of like sick techno nights and stuff like that there.
Strange Brew,
yeah. But Cozy's in Bristol as well. That's always a classic, like 100 capacity basement.
Like proper basement session.
Yeah. But that's always fun. There's always sick nights on there. It's always like £5 entry on the door. You could go and it's just random and it will be sick, basically.
And USB or vinyl?
USB. I still can't mix vinyl. I got a lot of vinyl and I can't mix vinyl.
You listen to vinyl though, or
no? I don't.
No,
even have a single. No, I got given a lot of quite a big, substantial collection, and I used to buy quite a lot of it, but I never had decks. I don't know why. It was just something I did back in the day. But I got like a lot of old grime vinyl. I need to buy some vinyl decks really, so I can actually learn to fucking mix and play them. But I haven't got around to it yet.
Yeah.
Have you tried on other?
I tried like years and years ago when I was in college, but like I couldn't remember how to do it now. Kind of thing.
And if you could only play one genre, what would it be? I know it's probably a harder question for you. Grime.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
I think the kind of versatility in sound and everything that comes with it, like MCs, like all of that, just I think I'd be fine just playing grime. And obviously we've talked about Ben UFO playing your tune. What has been like the most surreal moment you've had as a producer? It could be something like that, or it could be more like with the moment you thought you'd made it, or it was more like just random. Like I remember just walking around when I still lived with my parents. I was just walking around my area. And some kid was like, "So Hiss," and I was
no way.
"Hi."
No way.
And I was like, this is weird. Like I've never been like, I've been like at events. I get it. Like people be like, "Oh, safe man, I love your tunes," but just like this, like
in the street.
Yeah, just out on the street, like in my area. I was like, well, this is a bit weird.
That is
obviously sick, but I was like, this is a bit mad, isn't it? Like.
Yeah, definitely in Bristol, it feels like there's a big community of people there, especially in the music scene. And someone you look up to, maybe in the music scene. I know you said Sir Spyro is one of them. Maybe it could be your family or something. What's kind of like someone you stick to as inspiration or for guidance?
Well, for guidance, I do ask Bingo a lot of stuff.
Bingo, yeah. He's very experienced, isn't he?
He's wise beyond his years.
Is he? Sam Bingo.
He's gonna hate that. But no, he's got a lot of. I mean, he's been doing it for a minute, so he's got a lot of knowledge about stuff.
Yeah, cool. Well, I think that's all for now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on. It's great to chat to you, man. I mean, it's so interesting to hear the insight on grime scene and everything electro. But good luck with the future, mate.
Good luck with your album.
Thank you. Yeah, album It's coming at some
Coming
point.
soon.
Coming soon.
Soonish.